Okay, so it is super gray and miserable out today, and I wanted to film the AG Minis, opening this AG Mini set. Um, but the light is so bad. It's so bad. I might do it anyway today because, I'm finally done with school stuff. It's miserable outside, so I'm not like being outside. I am still gonna go out for a walk later anyway. But I thought I would film an updated tour of my collection now that I have cleaned so much stuff out and sold so many things and got rid of so many things, etc. So I'm not sure where to start. Maybe we'll start over here. So all of my entire collection, everything is in my boyfriend's office. So I have these little, I don't know, nail polish shelves along the wall here for my Sylvanian families. I do have a few more which are not on display, but this is what I have left. So I just kept these guys from the Cakebread family. I'm pretty sure she has like some little plastic cake stuff, which I have kept. I'm pretty sure he was from a blind bag one, but he's so cute. Oh, Milo Cakebread. And then I have the hamsters because I love hamsters and I just think they're adorable. I got these guys from Sylvanian Storekeepers before you had to pay customs and import taxes from stuff from the UK. And this one came with a little splotch on her nose. Don't know what that's about. Anyway, then up here, these guys, I don't know what their family name is, but I know they're a bit older. I found them in a thrift store. They have the little hands, the little grippy hands that can hold things. I think they're super cute. And then just some miscellaneous other babies, cats, which I had gotten. Some of these are also from thrift stores. Some of them are from, I don't know, blind bags, and I don't remember. But I think especially this one is super cute. And I'm like, they can just be here together, because they're cats, right? And then I have the Husky family. Wow, it really does not want to focus in this light. Then I have the Husky family, and I didn't realize until really recently that I don't have a standing Husky baby. Like, that's my favorite. As many other people, that is my favorite Sylvanian family's mold. But the Husky family is super cute anyway. Love these guys. Love their little outfits. And yeah, love those guys. And then probably my favorite family of all time is the I don't remember the name of this otter family. They also are old enough to have the grippy hands. These ones were from Flair. I also got them from Sylvanian Storekeepers before all the Brexit stuff went through. I would really love to have another one of the baby otters like from the blind bags, but I've never been lucky enough to get that one. But these guys are super cute. I love them. Another absolute favorite family are the koalas, and these guys I got from Kobe, Japan, maybe? So they were the Japanese set. So they have the two babies, the standing baby and the sitting baby in the little pouch, and I just think they're so cute. And then we have some random babies up here at the top. I think I bought these mice babies because I knew I would have loved those as a kid. I prefer the ones that have like the closed mouth. So we have the mouse babies, we have the kangaroo babies. Both of those are from Sylvanian Storekeepers. And then this one's redressed. I found the sheep kindergarten set at a thrift store here for whatever reason. And I just swapped their little outfits around. And the baby school set is also from Kobe, Japan, or eBay. I don't remember. It was so long ago when I got those guys. And they sat in their box for the longest time because I couldn't decide. I was like, maybe I should sell them. But then I decided to just open them up. And they're so cute. I absolutely love them. So then we have my bulletin board where I have hung up all of my stuff. A lot of this was like taped on my wall, but then I wanted to be able to hang like all of the jewel pets and the Takara Pocket Critters keychains and stuff like that. This is from my childhood. My mom gave it to me. This I got off of Etsy at some point. This I've already told stories about before. Somebody gave that to me when I was a little kid. This is a little hand crocheted earring that I found on the ground outside my apartment building. And yes, I did tape it up on the window with a little note, and nobody ever claimed it. So I brought it. He's a little, like a little wiener dog earring. So cute. I have the back card for my favorite Littlest Pet Shop set. It came with one of the ones that I bought. I've never seen it, you know, like mint on card for sale, but whatever. It's cool to have the back card. I have my, some of my ski trip maps. Okay, some. I only have one, apparently. Maybe that was the only one that didn't have like really obnoxious ads on the outside of it. I've kept the other ones in my desk drawer. I used to have them hanging up on the wall, but then, you know, like they were hard. It was hard to make them stay up there, basically. I have some more like McDonald's toy keychains and some keepers and some postcards and stuff that people have sent me. And I have more, you know, tickets from when I went snowboarding at various places. This was my most recent Poland trip. Just like, I don't know, I just think it's cute to keep these things, like a big scrapbook type of deal. This is from my dance shoes from an Italy trip. This was a ticket for somewhere. My friend sent me this. Some Moomin hair clips. Yeah, just some cute stuff, birthday cards, gifts, etc. This, the pin back got bent. It's like kind of falling off. So I was like, I'll just put it on my bulletin board instead. These were my parents got me the pom-pom garland and these little decoration things and this little beaded hummingbird when they were in Mexico a couple of years ago. And then we have most of my pony collection, the majority of my pony collection. So up here we have the Glow and Shows and one of the tropical ponies whose name I can never remember, and Baby Beach Ball. Baby Beach Ball I got in a bag of random ponies when I was like a little kid at an antique store, basically. So didn't pay anything for her, and I'm so glad because, you know, I love her coloring. It's so good. And I'm sure I've told this story before, but the Glow and Show ponies, I remember when I was like really little. I was maybe 4 or something, and we went to this antique shop, you know, kind of by my grandparents' house, and there was a glow-in-the-dark My Little Pony, and there was this Cabbage Patch horse, and my dad was like, well, you have to pick one. We can't get both of them. Just pick one. And I ended up picking this Cabbage Patch horse, and I played with it so much, and I loved it. But I always thought about the My Little Pony that was there, and that it was orange and it glowed in the dark. So the thing is that it had to have been one of these, right? It had to have been Happy Glow or, oh, that's not Bright Glow, it's not Star Glow. I don't remember what her name is. It had to have been one of these, but in my mind, the pony I remember, she was My Little Pony. She did have this plastic, but her mane was like red and orange, and she was in the posy pose, like walking pose. So I don't know, but these guys were some of the first ones that I got when I started, not as an adult, but I was like a teenager, buying ponies online for the first time. And this was long enough ago that I think I paid around $20 to $25 for each of the Glow and Show ponies, which is absolutely nuts going by how much they go for now. And I'm like, well, I'll never own Starglow. I guess I didn't get her because at the time, I didn't really like this Dancing Butterflies pose. But yeah, I'm like, well, now I'll never have her because I'm not spending $100 on a pony. Anyway, continuing on, let's see. This Tic Tac Toe was one of the first ponies I got from My Little Pony Arena, and she is in such amazing condition, and she's still one of my favorite ponies. This one is actually a recent find from a thrift store, and she's also in really nice condition. This Princess Pristina, for the longest time, I spent, I think she was like $30, and that was like the most money I'd ever spent on a single toy, and certainly on a pony. So she goes for a lot more now. I'm glad I got her when I did because I think she is so pretty. Obviously she doesn't have her, you know, little clip or anything that goes with her, but her tinsel is in really nice condition. And yeah, I don't know, I just love her whole thing and her weird color scheme. So there's that. And then moving on to G2. So many years ago, I went to Belgium with a friend of mine, and we were in Bruges, and there was a little vintage toy store in Bruges. And in this vintage toy store, I found there were these guys, this pair of twins, and there was also this pair of twins. And I decided to get these guys, and they started the My Little Pony G2 baby craze for me, because I was like, oh, you know, I've been in Europe all these years, and I didn't think about the fact that, you know, because North America never got the G2 babies. And ever since then, I've just been picking them up whenever I can get them, basically. And now I have quite the collection. So these guys were my first ones, and then I accumulated these over the years. And then when I went back, you know, like 5 years later, I got this baby at the same place. So that was so fun. I just love these little guys. I think they're so cute. This is my entire collection, with the exception of the Christmas baby and some custom ones that I got at Ponyfest, which I will show later when I go through the drawers. So that's those guys. And then here is pretty much the rest of my G2 collection. So these guys are like the special ones that I had to really go looking for. I have a couple more up there. I had, you know, there's two in here. There's the one that went with this, and there's this one. And this one I actually did have as a child. I had this playset as a child too. And then I have Trixie and Princess Moondance or something. I did end up selling some of my G2 ponies because I don't know, they just weren't, they weren't like really special to me, but these are the ones that are really special to me that I will be keeping. I love their interesting color schemes and that sort of thing. Yeah, the other thing is the ones I sold were ones that I had not had it as a child, and they were mostly ones that had also been released in North America. Like, we didn't get any of the really weird, cool ones like this. I would still love to own, there's like Lady Dragonfly, she's light purple and she has a silver dragonfly symbol. And there's Puff, like the dragon one, the green costume ball one. Love both of those. I don't know if I will ever find them. But you know what? I found Copper Glow for an absolutely amazing price. I found Curly for an amazing price. Miss Painter, she's not like super expensive, but was also really hard to find. Took me a super long time. So yeah, I love these guys. They're a little hard to collect, because like I said, you just don't find them that often. But yeah, I'm really happy with my collection as it is now, and over the years, if I find more, oh yeah, and then I have this one whose name I can't remember, but I felt like she went with the whole tropical theme I have going on there. Yeah, actually, so let's move down here. Oh yeah, one more G2 pony I'm looking for. I would really love to have Bright Bramley, who is the magic motion one. So she is in this pose with like the moving leg. Yeah, anyway. So there's like maybe 3 G2 ponies that I'm still looking for. You know, I do regret, I think I had Princess Silverrain and I sold her. And I might regret that a little bit, because now I don't have any in that other pose. So I'll have to think about that. Anyway, what I have set up on my shelves now is I have like a kind of tropical theme going on. So I have the Polly Pocket, the Mermaid book, the tropical book, and some more tropical Polly Pockets, and oh, some more absolute favorite G1 ponies. I'm only missing the yellow one from the tropical set, and she's like 2D Tails or something like that. So she is on my list. I would like to get a hold of her eventually. Then we have a couple of my remaining G3s with the 3D symbols. Love those guys. I think they're super cool. Some Kinderheg toys from the early 2000s. I remember I got these in Italy, and you know, it was the ones that you have like the little spoon and stuff in the one side. It was so good. Anyway, I'm pretty sure, or maybe they were the regular chocolate ones. I don't know. It was a long time ago. And I was small. I don't really remember. But yeah, so this is like my seasonal tropical one that will change, right? And then down here I have stuff that is kind of always there. So I have a Moomin that I got at Unibacken. I think he's super cute. I remember I only had enough pocket money to get one, and I took a really long time to decide. And I think, you know, just getting the classic was a good choice. We have these ponies, which are, they're Fisher-Price Loving Family. And I remember it was like the early 2000s and they were on sale in the grocery store. And so I got all three of them at the same time. And they all came with like all these little accessories, and it was so cute. And I played with them so much. She's missing her hat, but I have most of the other pieces. And then, yeah, I got lots of, like, most of these things were hand-me-downs. Like the ponies were hand-me-downs, the Polly Pockets were hand-me-downs. This Star Fairy set I did get new. I think my parents bought me some of the Fairy Winkles as well, but I mean, this would have been like when I was too small to go to the store or whatever by myself. And also I remember this set I bought from this toy store that was in the basement of the mall, and it was like going back in time to go down into the basement where the bowling alley and the rinks were. It was like going back in time 15 years or something always. Anyway, and then we have some other bits and bobs. This was acquired much later. Just recently I got that. Just recently I got this guy as well. I remember buying this with my pocket money and I was so excited about it. Yeah, just some other little treasures. These guys are recent as well. And that is not recent. That is the what do you call that? These came out in like 2001, 2002, the AG Mini sets. I will try and make some other videos about AG Minis because that I was totally obsessed. That was my #1 obsession as a kid. Yeah, oh, the foxes, the LPS Littlest Pet Shop foxes are also a recent acquisition. This set I got in the same antique shop as I got this bag of ponies all those years ago. And it was mint on card, and I think I paid like $7.50 for it, which to me, as a, you know, what, 7-year-old spending my pocket money, that felt like a lot of money. But you know, like if I had kept it mint on card, I could have sold it for like $200 now. Irrelevant. I wanted to play with it, so I immediately took it off the card and I played with those so much. Yeah, so this is like mostly childhood treasures in here. And then we have, you know, some other stuff that I'm working on. There's some other goodies there. This I won at school, you know, like you would collect tickets for doing extra homework and, you know, just behaving well in class and stuff. And then you could bid on things. And I won this little Lisa Frank backpack. And I have this random mint on card Perky Playful Kitty Cats. Of course, I would love it even more if it was the bunny one, but you know, this is okay. This is pretty cute. This is my only mint on card thing that I think I'm going to leave on the card, basically. So yeah, then we have my one and only childhood G3 here. Her I also found in like a market, outdoor market type of deal. We have some fantasy fillies up there and the Barbie Pegasus, which I was obsessed with for so long. Now I have multiple of her because, you know, you can get her online for super cheap. And I was like, I want to customize this really cool horse. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I have some other ones in the closet. Yeah. And then we have some other G1 ponies, which I have gotten more recently, like in the last few years. yeah, just some really cute ones that I like. We have some sculptures that I've made over the last few years. Oh my gosh, my arm is getting tired holding the phone up. But yeah, these are all my own sculptures. And then we have the next shelf, which I like this shelf. I've left it like this for a while. So then the next shelf, we have the AG Minis Paddock, which is probably my favorite toy of all time. And I will have to make a YouTube video just about this toy itself. Then we have the Lady Lovely Locks tree, which I also absolutely adore. This was an eBay purchase. It had absolutely nothing with it, so I think I got it for like $15. And then the Pixie Tails, I have found them in thrift stores. I found them in antique shops. Yeah, I don't even remember where I've gotten all of these. I know I got a bag of them in an antique shop a couple summers ago. But otherwise, I've just put some of them in the little dish up here. She was also a Ponyfest find, and then we have some random other little doodads here, which I have gotten various places. And then down here we have, I don't know, kind of a pastel favorites shelf. So my mom got me that tin, the Easter tin for Easter, like obviously a million years ago, and I loved it. I was obsessed. I remember the pencils with the big erasers, which are long gone now. I remember the little plushie, which is also long gone now. I wish I had kept those, but I still have the tin. There is still some Lisa Frank stuff in it. These are some like Hasbro Puppy and Pony Surprise that I got them at like garage sales. So I never had the big like mom plush. I just had the babies. And the Peeps plushes are also from my mom. Some more ponies, like these guys I've gotten all at thrift stores. She was an antique shop find. These were online purchases. They were another Fisher-Price Loving Family series or whatever that I never knew about. So there's a third one, but it's like bright red, so I didn't end up getting it. This is from my friend. Yeah, this is also from my friend. Let's see, what else is in here? Oh, yeah, Rochelle Goyle. So when Monster High started coming out, I was like just out of toys. You know, I wasn't playing with toys anymore. But I absolutely loved Rochelle Goyle. But I also wasn't old enough to like drive myself to the store, you know? So then when I turned 16 and I had a car and I could drive to the store by myself and didn't have to like ask my mom to take me to the store to look at toys. I mean, she probably would have. That's the thing. There would have been a whole conversation about, do you really want to spend your allowance on that? Anyway, I've been a toy collector forever, basically. Anyway, I remember being 16 and I had my driver's license and I went around to all of the Walmarts and Targets and everything looking for Rochelle Goyle because she was the one I wanted so bad. And no dice. She was like long gone off the shelves, obviously, for a couple of years at that point. So I got Ghouls Night Out Rochelle and I got Scaris Rochelle. And Ghouls Night Out Rochelle, I sold to a friend of mine, so she's gone, but I did keep this one. Actually, I found very recently because I didn't want to spend a ton of money, and I also mainly wanted her to have her little pet. So I'm so excited to finally have her. I think I have kept like 3 Monster High dolls because I did collect them for a while. And by collect them, I mean, like, I would drive around, I would get them, buy them at the grocery store or whatever when I was a teenager and young adult. But I'm just still not really a doll person. I do think Monster High is so cool, though. It is so cool. Such a cool concept. I remember even as a kid when I was, like, not really interested in dolls, I was so fascinated. They actually had different face molds. They actually had different body molds. Like there was actually stuff going on. They weren't just the same exact doll in different outfits. And the articulation. I would have loved that. I would have had so much fun playing with that as a kid. Anyway, that's Rochelle. This is from the same line as this one. It's also Star Fairies. So I remember picking between these as a little kid in their boxes and thinking, this one has a Pegasus in it, but I feel like I would have more fun playing with this one. And I think I made the right choice because I did have so much fun playing with that one. But now as an adult with a toy collection, I have this one as well, and I'm super, super happy to have it in my collection now. I didn't film unboxing it, which I really regret, but yeah, I have the packaging here. Keeping that, obviously. Okay, is there anything else to talk about here? No. Oh, well, I mean, these were a thrift find, which I only recognized because of Lao Sky Painters videos. I got from an antique shop. These Littlest Pet Shops, I think I got, probably new from the store. It took me so long to find this particular compact. I have a couple more of those. Not a ton. And I think I did sell some as well. I think I have a couple more in the, I have like a later, newer toys drawer. But I also repainted it a little bit to, I don't know, like make the details show a little more. I think it's so cute. These were so much better than most of the newer Polly Pockets that came out. So yeah. Oh, and another amazing thing that I found, I have made a video about these guys. So in the late 2000s, early 2010s, I don't remember when this would have been. I would have been, yeah, anyway, there was a shop that had like, I don't know, I would just call it like cute stuff and import stuff from Japan. And they had these little blind boxes there, and I got 3 of them. No, I must have been earlier, because I must have been younger, because I was still playing with them at that point. This is also from that shop. This is also a remint kit. But anyway, just like, I don't know, a year or so ago, I bought a big lot of them on eBay. They showed up, and unboxed them here on my YouTube channel, and that was so fun. Yeah, really, really fun to get those again, and the detail is just amazing. And of course, my precious bunny mini Littlest Pet Shop set there. Oh, and I forgot, here's my typewriter. I absolutely love this thing. It's one of my treasures, right? This is actually all of the Lord of the Rings discs, which my parents took out of the boxes for some reason. I don't know. But I need to get a CD case so that I can have that like organized nicely. And then back there we have these tiny little Yum Yums. They're pens, and they have tiny little Yum Yum plushes on top of them. Amazing. Love those. In a Moomin mug. Yeah, so that's my last shelf there. And then in here, this is all journaling stuff, like notebooks and that sort of thing. And then down there in the second drawer, it's all Legos, which I am trying to make sure they're all complete before I put them up for sale, because I've just decided, like, yeah, I've kind of decided I'm not collecting dolls, I'm not collecting Legos, I'm not collecting anything newer than like 2005. You just gotta have some rules, especially if you only have a very limited amount of space, right? So moving over, we have the 2003 Barbie Enchanted Forest playset, which I am obsessed with. I have the rest of the pieces, but I didn't want to put them up there because I want to put them in a shelf like this so that all the tiny pieces don't like fall all over the place and disappear behind the shelf. So I have that. I have Rain. Oh my God, I was obsessed with her as a kid. I played with her so much. Loved that movie. I made a video about these guys recently. I should make a video about these guys in the future. I think I kind of want to get some more of them, before I make a video about them, because I just have the 2 horses and this one doll. But yeah, more on them some other time. Then I have 2 Steiff animals. So the seal we got in Amsterdam, there was an antique shop that had like an amazing collection of them, and that was just, my mom just gave that to me. And then the little turtle I found in a thrift store here. So yeah, I was like, he's mine. He's so tiny and cute. I mean, look at him, and he still has the little button and everything, and he still has the little paper tag that says slow. My mom looked him up. He's from the 70s maybe. So there's that, and then there's this shelf, which I am super happy with. I have Grand Champions Fantasy Fillies, which are by the same company that did Grand Champions, and they have the same molds, and Betty Spaghetti behind. So I had these teeny tiny ones as a kid, some of them, and I was so obsessed. I also had a couple of the Mom and Foal sets, but I don't think they were ever really interesting colors. And I almost wonder if some of these really cool colored ones were like European exclusives for whatever reason, because it was one of those that went on longer in Europe, I feel like, than North America. But yeah, love Betty Spaghetti. I think she's so cool. I bought the parrot from somebody on Instagram. There are some other Betty's Spaghettis that I would really like. Like, I love that I have the green-haired girl. I would love the alien. And I love the camping set with the blue curly-haired Betty. But yeah, I love these shiny pink dogs with Betty Spaghetti hair. That's so funny. And yeah, Fantasy Fillies, one of my absolute favorite toy lines ever. Like, they are right up there with My Little Pony for how much I love them. I mean, look at the color scheme. Look at this ridiculous 90s-ness. It's amazing. Okay, so this Jewel Riders doll, she came with Moondance when I bought Moondance, because I had a Moondance maybe from a garage sale or something when I was really little, and I lost her somehow, even though she was like one of my absolute favorites. Oh yeah, I have the cat as well. That's supposed to go with a different one of the dolls, because I think I had one of the dolls too. Anyway, I would really love to have like at least a couple of these dolls again. They're really pretty expensive and kind of hard to find. I don't know. We'll see if I can get a hold of those. But I mean, they're quite nice. They're like girly action figures, I guess. And one of my remaining Monster High dolls that I think I would actually really like to customize her. I love that she's made out of clear plastic, but I really don't like her face up. So yeah, may have to experiment with that. And then moving down, this is actually, I don't know if this is the shelf is entirely thrift finds or in-person finds, believe it or not, with the exception of, is there an exception here? No, maybe not. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, so I could not believe I found this at a thrift store and it's complete. What? Like, my mind is blown. I love it so much. Correct me if did I make another video about that? I hope I did. Yeah, I think it's in one of my thrift finds videos. These guys are all things that I found on Vinted. Yeah, this one I got off Poshmark. I think otherwise everything is something that I have found in a thrift store or an antique store. So some of it is local, some of it is from North America. I 100% had these as a kid, and not like this exact set, but you know, from this line. Like, I had the mama dog and the 3 little puppies. This, I also found her in a thrift store here. And I also recently bought a small lot of Skydancers bases because it had the Dalmatian Delight, like the cookie base that I really want. And I really want the doll that goes with that one, but I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I think there's another bunny base in there, and hopefully I can put her on that, and that will be you know, fun adding to my collection. And then down here we have what is mostly an 80s shelf. So I have several keepers from my friend's childhood collection, and then I have some that I have found at thrift stores or, you know, online locally. I have some ponies. I found the Lady Lovelock doll at a thrift store. I found the Dream Beauty at a garage sale. I've told this story a million times, but I remember I was probably like 5, and I think she costs maybe 75 cents. And my dad was like, "Are you sure you want that one? She's really big." And I was like, "She has My Little Pony eyes." I was, you know, fascinated by her. So now I know she is actually part of the My Little Pony line. So yeah, and then there's just Rochelle there because, I don't know, she's pastel and she kind of fit in here. I'd always wanted a Secret Wish horse, and she just showed up on Tradera, which is like our local site, so that was really cool. And then I have made a whole video about her, but she is also from the 80s. So here she is on this shelf. And then down here we have what remains of my Breyer horse collection. So I have sold several of these on Vinted, and it was actually really fun because people were super excited to have them. And then these guys have just not sold. And I'm like, well, that's okay, because these are mostly the ones that I'm more sentimentally attached to anyway. So they can be down here for now. You know, I'm never going to sell Rain, but the rest of these maybe. And we'll see, because I do need more space. I don't like having things that are really big and fragile that I have to move with. It's nicer to have them be plastic toys so I can just, you know, put them in a box and move with them. Oh my gosh, this video is so long. But a lot of these were also thrift finds, with the exception of Bibble, who I got on Vinted, and the AG Minis set, which I got on eBay. I'm gonna make a video about that later. And I am looking for some of the pieces to this. I totally had this as a kid. I remember playing with it so much. Here's the power platform for the AG Minis. I did actually get a plug for it, but it doesn't seem to work like very well, so I don't know, we'll see. Then we have my plush collection. Obviously there's some of these guys up here. Mostly Bunny Surprise, because I'm obsessed with Bunny Surprise for whatever reason. Some of these are from my childhood, and a lot of these are from my friend. And I did cave and get another Puppy Surprise, like the pink Puppy Surprise, and I'm like, where am I gonna put it? I guess I will move the Bambi back up here or something. Anyway, then we have my storage drawers. So we have some childhood treasures in here, and some more childhood treasures in here, and some more childhood treasures in here. I think the Rement sets are in here. Yes, I kept a lot of stuff. And then I have my Sanrio drawer. There was a Sanrio store in, like, if you drove like an hour away from where I grew up, and we freaking loved going there. I got this set with the little plush cinnamon rolls at the Sanrio store in the Anchorage 5th Avenue Mall, probably in like 2002 or something. I don't know if they still had it then. This is stuff that I have more recently acquired, but is like treasures to me. So a lot of this is like my friend's childhood Polly Pockets. We have the Barbie playset stuff. We have some other accessories for some other things that I have gotten recently. This is for the Loving Family ponies. And then here we have even more. Like, I've been finding these Sanrio tins at the thrift, and I think they're so cute. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with them, but right now I am keeping accessories in them. So there are accessories for other toy lines in this little Twin Stars tin. There are G3 ponies. We have like some cutesy little craft supplies. My Littlest Pet Shop, like the later Littlest Pet Shop collection, what I am keeping to go in the pet shop itself. We have a drawer for quote unquote newer toys. So this is like everything. This is like post 2010s basically. I bought the complete set of My Little Fairy compacts. I think I bought it off of Amazon, and I think it was like $35, which is crazy going by how much they go for now. We have some of my favorite Shopkins Little Secrets compacts. One modern Polly Pocket, just because it is still a compact, and I love that it's about dinosaurs. This little Lala Loopsy Marshmallow Pony, who I think is absolutely adorable. Then we have some more stuff that I'm like thinking of possibly selling. So we have some My Little Pony stickers and like G2 accessories in there, which I don't have the ponies for. A giant Littlest Pet Shop, some vintage Littlest Pet Shop. So like I said, I'm thinking about selling some of those. Thinking about selling some of these items as well. I will keep, you know, I just don't display the Littlest Pet Shop Teeniest Tiniest Playsets like the new ones. I really like them, but they're really kind of hard to display and they take up a lot of space, and oftentimes they are just sitting in a drawer. So I have, yeah, some things here which are maybe not going to be on display. Okay, so this is not necessarily things that I'm getting rid of, because now that I'm looking in here, I have this little birthday candle train that I got in an antique shop. Totally keeping that. I have some snubbies that I found at a thrift store. I'm pretty sure I'm keeping those guys because I think I played with them as a kid. But a lot of the rest of this I'm thinking about maybe selling. This drawer has my Kittles, which I also found at a thrift store. And it has a couple other things that I'm thinking of actually that are going to be gifts for various people. Then I have what remains of my Sylvanian Families and Forest Families playsets. So these guys I got at a flea market when I was little in Germany. I remember paying €2 for this big plastic box full of Forest Families, and I was so excited. So I'm going to keep the crocodiles and try and make some clothes for them, and I'm going to keep the mole family because I was so obsessed with them as well. And then, like, this guy I found at a thrift store. I found a lot of Sylvanian Families at thrift stores here, which are in kind of rough shape and need to fix. These are my childhood ones here. So I'm just keeping those guys for nostalgia's sake. Although, you know, they're pretty cute. Like, I should try and display some of those as well. Yeah, basically, I need more little shelves, and then I can display more of these guys, and some of them need clothes, essentially. And this is my drawer of winter themed stuff. So, you know, I have my little tropical shelf, summer shelf there. Then in the fall, I will put all of the winter themed stuff up there. And like I said, I have the Christmas baby, and then I have these little custom G2 baby twins. I think I paid like 100 crowns for the pair of them, which that seems so cheap. I still can't believe it. That's still one of my favorite purchases of all time. So I have those guys. I have, you know, Polly Pockets. I've made videos about some of these, and I have a winter G3 pony there. Oh yeah, and then I have all of my packaging here. And then I have Jewel Pets. It's not just these guys. I have, or do I have other ones? Oh yeah, the thing is that I didn't have any string. I wanted to hang them up like those guys, but there was not any, there wasn't any string in here for whatever reason. So I'm gonna have to investigate that. Maybe actually make some little necklaces and stuff so I can hang those guys up. Then we have more of my pony collection. I have sold so many G3 ponies. I don't know, like they're super cute, but I'm just not super attached to any individual G3 ponies. Like, I've displayed the ones that I really like already, and then I obviously really like these guys as well. Some of these I remember having like as a kid or when I was younger and still kind of playing with them. So like these guys I want to keep for that reason. Some of these are just pretty and I'm just keeping them for that reason. These guys were all hand-me-downs from my neighbor, and you know, I feel like her childhood herd is still intact, so I'm not gonna break it up now, you know what I mean? And these guys are super cute. They're super cute and pastel, and like eventually hopefully I can clean them up and have them lined up with the rest of my G1 collection. But some of them are kind of grimy and need some help. And then we have my project drawer. So some weird horses I want to customize, some G1 ponies that really need help either in cleaning or re-hairing or something. Like she's been bald for 15 years at this point, poor girl. She just needs her tail replaced because I was like cleaning it. It was really nasty. I need to do that where they put the plastic like zip tie or something there so it doesn't rust more. These are just guys that I have found like thrifting, and they're really grimy. So, and this is another one that I want to customize. Oh yeah, so the Barbie horses, the bigger horses I want to customize. The ponies need some cleaning and restoration. This poor fairy tale bird, I actually, you know what, she's in pretty good condition. I just have not gotten around to giving her a boil wash and combing through her hair. I think she'll turn out really nicely. Then we have some Snuggle Bums who I also need to clean. We have a Littlest Pet Shop tin, which I will probably sell when I get back in the fall. I mean, I really do like it, but also it just takes up so much space. This I found at the thrift store. Actually, my friend found it spotted it first. So I'm totally keeping that. And I'm thinking about eventually putting this up for sale as well, and putting it up for sale for like, I don't know, $5 or something. Maybe I can find somebody local who will want to come pick it up. I mean, I love it. It's so cool, but also it just takes up too much space, and we're probably going to be moving in the fall. So I want to be able to put a lot of my collection, you know, into these drawers and just like close up the drawers and bring the whole thing with me. So yeah, basically that's it. That's my entire toy collection as of now. And you know what? I'm really happy with it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot her. My beautiful Odette. I don't know what to do with, I don't know where to put her. I mean, I didn't want to put her like on the floor directly. So she is sitting in this plastic box that kind of like raises her up a little bit. But yeah, oh my gosh, I can't believe I kind of forgot her. She's so beautiful. Anyway, now it's the end for real.